You applied to a job, nailed the interview, and then silence. No rejection, no feedback, no explanation. Did the recruiter just disappear on you? Hey, I'm Lachlan and I'm a recruiter in big tech and Fortune 500. And guess what? Even as a candidate, I've been ghosted. Being ghosted sucks. It's frustrating, confusing, and way more common than you think. But the worst part? Most people don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. Ever been ghosted after a date and your brain won't shut up about it? Psychologists call that the Zeigarnik Effect. We obsess over unfinished business. So when recruiters go silent, your brain demands closure. And that silence, it actually feels worse than a straight up rejection. So how do you know if your recruiter has moved on or if there's still hope? Well, today, I'm breaking down 5 signs you've been ghosted, why it happens, and what you can actually do about it, with direct emails to copy and paste. But here's the twist. Sometimes getting ghosted is a good thing. Stick around and by the end of this video, you'll see why. Now let's dive in. So, what is recruiter ghosting and why does it happen? First, let's define that. Recruiter ghosting is when a recruiter stops responding to your emails, calls, or messages, typically in the middle of the interview process, leaving you with no closure on your application status. Why does this happen? Here are the 3 most common reasons from a candidate's perspective. Case number 1.
The recruiter didn't want to deliver bad news, so instead of rejection, I got radio silence.
Case number 2.
Now I'm stuck waiting, thinking I still have a shot even when the process isn't moving.
Case number 3.
My application got deprioritized, but instead of telling me, they just stopped responding.
Regardless of the reason, the outcome is the same. Silence. I know it sucks ass, but don't worry. I'll show you exactly how to handle it. And if you think you're alone in this, you're not. A recent study by Job Leads revealed that 45% of job applicants reported being ghosted by prospective employers at least once. And in competitive industries like tech, finance, and entertainment, that number is even higher. So how do you know if it's happening to you? Let's break down the 5 biggest red flags. Sign number 5. Your emails go unanswered for weeks. This is the biggest and most obvious sign that your recruiter has moved on. If you're getting responses within a few hours or days and suddenly nothing, it's a bad sign. What could this mean? Your application is no longer a priority and they don't think you need an update. They hired someone else and never told you. They got busy and you fell off their radar. You see, a few years ago, I actually made it to the final round with a huge company. Not saying the name, maybe I'll still work there one day. The recruiter said,
"We'll get back to you Friday."
Friday came, nothing. I followed up. A month later, I saw their LinkedIn post welcoming their new hire. No rejection, no update, just straight up ghosted. This experience taught me a crucial lesson. Never wait too long for one company. If you're not getting timely updates, take the hint and move forward with other opportunities. Your time is valuable, so don't waste it on other companies that don't respect that. This brings us to sign number 4. Interview canceled? Never rescheduled? Uh-oh. You had an interview scheduled, you prepped, planned, maybe even got a haircut. And at the last minute, you get the dreaded message.
"We need to reschedule. Please wait."
So you wait, and then nothing. At first, you tell yourself, this isn't a good sign. Maybe they're just swamped. But deep down, you know. Why does this happen? The hiring team may have lost interest. They're prioritizing someone else and keeping you as a backup. They've reevaluated the role and decided you're not the right fit. The role was put on hold or canceled, and this is especially common in startups. Here's the reality. A company that drops candidates mid-process will probably do the same to its employees. If they're this disorganized now, imagine what working there would be like. But what's even worse? When they keep stringing you along with vague promises of updates that never come, which leads us to sign number 3.
"We'll update you soon."
But they never do. Ever heard these classic lines?
"We'll have a decision by the end of the week. We'll keep you posted. Expect an update soon."
Chances are, they don't have an update, but they don't want to admit it. They already moved forward with another candidate, but left you hanging. They're just bad at candidate communication. Yes, not all recruiters are good, and that's just facts. At this point, you might be wondering, should I follow up or should I move on? Let me make it easy for you. Send this follow-up email after a week. Keep it short and polite. And if you still don't hear back after another week, send a final email saying exactly this. And if you still get radio silence, move on. This brings us to sign number 2. You're being ignored after multiple follow-ups. If you've sent 2 or 3 polite follow-ups and still hear nothing, take the hint. If they're ignoring you, they've likely moved on, and this company is what I like to call emotionally unavailable. And if that wasn't obvious enough, the next sign is the biggest red flag of all, and kind of messed up in my opinion. Sign number 1, the job posting disappears, but you haven't heard anything. You check the company's career page or LinkedIn, and suddenly, the job listing is gone. No warning, no update, just vanished.
Lachlan, save me!
So at this point, some of you are probably thinking,
Lachlan, you're a recruiter. Can you just tell me why you guys ghost?
whoa. Before we get too deep into the frustration of being ghosted, let's take a step back and consider the other side of things. Now, I'm not here to defend bad communication because trust me, I hate it too. But as someone who has worked as a recruiter, I can tell you that there's usually more going on behind the scenes than job seekers realize. It breaks down into 3 main reasons recruiters delay responses. And no, it's not always because they're ghosting you. Sometimes the recruiter isn't ignoring you. They just don't have an update because, well, the hiring team is still figuring things out. This happens because the hiring manager is still deciding, the company is interviewing more candidates, or they're waiting on final approvals to move forward. But recruiters don't want to constantly email you with,
Hey, still no news.
because let's be real, that would get annoying real fast. Instead, they wait until they have something solid to tell you. Number 2, this one hurts, but hear me out. That doesn't always mean you're out of the game. What most candidates don't know is that recruiters hire for multiple roles at once. Instead of rejecting you completely, they might be actively pitching you to another team based on your interview feedback. So, if you get a,
We'll keep you in mind for future roles.
yes, sometimes it's generic, but other times they'll actually mean it. Number 3. Okay, this one's a little spicy. Sometimes you were never the first choice, but the recruiter doesn't want to tell you yet. Why? Because companies keep backup candidates on standby in case their top pick rejects the offer or drops out last minute. Instead of saying,
Hey, we chose someone else.
they'll leave you in the dark in case they need to circle back. Now, these might not be what you want to hear, but trust me, understanding them will help you navigate the job search way better.
Lame.
I know what you're thinking,
Why don't they just reject me and get it over with?
but hear me out. A big part of being a recruiter isn't just hiring. It's protecting the company's reputation through a positive candidate experience. If we send out a rejection letter only to turn around and say,
Wait, never mind. We actually want you.
it makes us look disorganized and unreliable. That's why recruiters usually hold off on rejecting candidates unless it's a definite stop in the process. It's not always fair, and it's definitely frustrating, but there's a method to the madness. Being ghosted sucks, but don't let it shake your confidence. Take it as redirection and that maybe you're just that much closer to your next opportunity. So have you been ghosted? Drop your worst story in the comments. I'm reading them all. And if you want to stop getting ghosted, hit that subscribe button for more level up with Lachlan. Check out my channel for more videos because I've got more insider recruiter tips coming that'll give you an edge in your job search. You're one step closer to your future, and I'll see you again.